Yes, we literally have the airboat coming in now. You guys can see it right there. This is what is taking place in Crystal River as the water continues to rise. This is the second airboat that we have seen so far in Crystal River. Wow. You can see this rescue happening right now, guys. Another family as this water just continues to rise here. Kind of just gives you goosebumps as you watch this live and just gives you an understanding of how serious of a situation it is with the storm surge here in Citrus County. You can see, look at the water just coming up now because of the force from the airboat there that's coming up. It looks like there's some pets on this boat as well, as this is the second family now we've seen come through here. These airboats, guys, literally taking off from the main street here in Crystal River, the main corridor, as US 19 is completely inundated by water.
Hey, Jen, this is Caitlin. Can you hear me?
I can hear you guys.
Okay, dramatic. My goodness. Thank God this family's okay with their dog too there. They're getting carried off this airboat. Do you have any sense of how many other families are in the same situation right now? Again, we talked to Skylar and his son, this family just coming off the airboat. How many others are they dealing with right now?
I don't. I know that this is the second boat that has come in, and I can see that another one is already out. That second boat that took the family is already out, making sure that everybody looks to be in good condition. Everybody looks to be okay coming off of the boat right there. Animals and all, you feel for them. Like you heard Skylar say, they don't even want to think about what the condition of their home is right now, because they wait and they hope that they don't have to get to this point. And then unfortunately, we are seeing this happen. We are seeing this situation and these water rescues take place here.
Yeah, you see this kid with his
in the middle of the night is what we're talking about, guys.
Yeah, Jen, I'm just watching this video. You feel for this family. This child has his backpack on him right now. Obviously, you just did it, and some people surprised by this. Again, we're going to be saying this all morning long, but families who've lived in the area for decades have never seen anything like this.
And you know something to point out here too is that if you've never been in floodwaters before, Jen, that water's cold. I mean, I don't care if it's 80 degrees outside right now.
It is cold. It is cold, guys, and it's 3-4 o'clock in the morning. It's completely dark out as well, so it's not just cold, it's scary, and these are people that have lived here all their lives, and they think it's not going to get this bad. It never has gotten this bad. And Dahlia gave them maybe 2 or 3 feet of water in their homes. They could survive it, but now we're talking 5-6 feet of water inside of their homes. And here we go. You can see this airboat going back out for another rescue.
Oh, Jen, I know this is a traumatic situation
there
for
we
them.
go, yeah.
For this family, a really traumatic situation for them. Are they doing okay right now?
They look to be. They're dry for the most part. They are, they have their animals. They have they're safe now. They're on dry land. They're kind of talking with officials right now and getting to where they need to be. They're probably going to get back on the bus where we saw Skylar at. They do have transit that are taking them to a safer location. And you can see right where we were, guys, the cars are actually moving as this water continues to go up here. Hey, Sheriff. I have the sheriff here, guys. So that was the second airboat that we're seeing come through?
Actually, that's our third load here for this airboat. These guys are now going out to Fort Island Trail, which is down by the plantation, and then takes you out to Fort Island Beach. And they're going to go get a couple of elderly folks out there and see if they can bring them back here to get them to one of our shelters that is open. We're also doing rescues down in the Homosassa area off of Halls River Road, which we do have quite a few folks that did stay behind back there.
And you talk to these people who have lived here all their lives. We just talked to one of the gentlemen who were just rescued in the transit car, and he's like, hey, for Dahlia, we just had 2 to 3 feet. Now that water's over 5 feet. We've never seen it like this before.
Yeah, it is. Well, and as we were talking about before, In the 137-year history of our county, we've never seen storm surge like this. And indeed, before all of this is done, based on what we're seeing for the values down south of us, we anticipate additional water coming in as the morning continues to unveil itself to us here and the sun comes up a little bit later on.
Do you guys have any idea how many people stayed behind?
No, but what I can tell you, and it's a very positive thing, is because I went door to door to some of the homes and the different communities here on the west side yesterday afternoon, just checking on the folks, and a lot of folks did leave. A lot of homes were boarded up. A lot of the folks packed up and heeded our warnings and got out in plenty of time. It was almost like a ghost town yesterday, which was very reassuring and comforting. But again, there's some folks that just won't heed those warnings and want to stay behind because they put more emphasis on those personal things instead of their lives. And as you see here, we're rescuing pets, we're rescuing some of the children, and of course the family members as well, to get them to safety and then get them out of what is ultimately, it's going to be like a biohazard and everything else that we're going to have to deal with for quite some time, in addition to the reptiles and everything else that's moving around.
I was about to say, for Idalia, I know that we were on this road. We saw it. I was about to say, we were never this high, right?
No, we were never this high. And in fact, we were dumping our airboats down here almost to the intersection. And, you know, obviously you see it's different. And again, high tide's not too far away from now. But again, that high tide water is not going to have any place to go. And as the storm continues to shift the winds, we're going to see more emphasis on the water staying in here and staying loaded up into the bay, and of course into Crystal River and the Homosassa.
Your main message to the people of Citrus County right now that might think, oh, the storm's passed, we're good, we can go home now.
Oh no, please don't do that right now, because we just don't, we don't know about the down power lines. I went to the house at about midnight last night to lay down and sleep for about an hour or so, and everywhere that I was driving there were down power lines, and you could see the arcing of the blue and the yellow and the high flashes that you see, and you knew it wasn't lightning. You knew it was the power lines arcing from trees getting on the power lines and everything. So there'll be some down power lines throughout the day that we'll have to deal with. And then the other thing is electricity is going to be cut off to some of these businesses and these homes out here. So when the power does come back on, there's a high potential for structure fires, like what we saw last year after Idalia, probably like 2 miles from where we're at, and a home caught on fire once power got back to it, and the home burned to the ground.
And for people that have stayed back and they have stayed at their homes and they watch this water rise, I guess find a roof, find anything. What is your message?
Well, get to the highest place that you can and call 911, and we'll get out to you as soon as we possibly can. We've got a lot of assets here on the ground. I've got additional assets from the Sheriff's Mutual Aid Response Team. I'm the task force chair for this part of the state of Florida, and we've coordinated to have additional assets here on the ground to help us out. As you might have seen earlier, Sumter County's airboats here. We've got Citrus County Fire Rescue, our airboats here, and a lot of other assets are being brought to bear once the sun gets up and we know a little bit more about what we've got to face today as we get the recovery efforts underway.
Well, stay safe, Sheriff.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, guys. And that's just really the situation we're seeing. We're seeing the airboats constantly leaving this area, getting those rescues. You heard there's a number of rescues, not just here in Crystal River, down in Homosassa for the people that decided to stay. Caitlin and Jameson, they never thought it was going to get this high. 103 years we haven't seen it this high here in Crystal River.